Good evening and welcome to Happy Hour with Cooper. Nice to see you guys again for another fall/winter edition of Happy Hour. Yeah, it's good to be back. So this week we're going to be talking about Cab Franc, and we're also going to be talking about how different glass sizes/shapes affect wine. I'm going to use the Cab Franc for example, but I'll go into talking about how they affect white wines and sparkling wines and things like that as well. So yes, hi everybody. Hi Paul, hi Kim. Please, anybody who's tuning in, please feel free to chime in. Let me know what you're drinking today. Let me know if you're drinking along with us this week. I let people know we'll be doing the Cab Franc 2018, Cab Franc Reserve 2018, and our 2014 Cab Franc from way back in the day. Back when we didn't even have the building that we have now. So that's pretty cool. A little bit of a blast from the past. So you're following along, Paul. That's good to hear. Yeah, so anybody who is new, please let us know where you're tuning in from and who you are. And of course, as always, what you're drinking. We will get started right away. So for this week, I really wanted to highlight where, the Cab Francs. One of the things we're highlighting is all the reserve wines that we did for the fall release. So last week was the Pinot Noir 2017. This week we're doing Cab Franc 2018 Reserve. Next week will be Heritage Reserve 2018, and then the week after that will be White Gold. Hi Mother, nice to see you as always. It would be almost shocked me if you weren't at one of my happy hours, so that's great to see you. Cab Franc Reserve for you too, Kim. Okay, so let's get going, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the 3 glasses right off the bat, and then we're going to I'm going to pour myself some Cab Franc 2018, and then I'm going to try them one after another, and we'll kind of talk about what's different and why. You'll see I might have already tested the glasses out just to see how the wine was doing. How's everybody's Friday? Is it as wet and gloomy as it is here in Lillooet? Let me know. So we have 3 glass shapes. This big wide bowl with the taper top, generally considered Bordeaux style. Burgundy style. I mixed that up. This is Burgundy style. The wide bottom, but slightly less tapered top and taller glass is Bordeaux style. And this obviously is a champagne flute. Champagne flute is more of a drastic description or change from the 2 red wine glasses. A white wine glass will work as well. It'll show some of the similarities to the champagne glass. So we will start off with the right side, so the Burgundy glass. So this wine is a youthful 2018, bright, lots of medium red to dark red fruit flavors. So with the big bold glass that has the big bowl, lots of surface area, but a tapered top, it's gonna trap some of the aroma, definitely pump up some of the flavor. It's generally, for this, it's meant for Pinot Noirs or for more delicate wines. That's why it's a Burgundy glass, being Burgundy is mostly Pinot Noir. It tends to go for more delicate wines, delicate aromas, helps them stay in the glass and helps you smell them and taste them better. Dry and cold in Regina, I imagine. I almost would prefer dry and cold to sopping wet, which they told me it was gonna be dry here. It's not. All lies. So one of the things I noticed right away when I smell the Cab Franc in the Burgundy glass is its already potent aroma is more potent. I can smell it right off the bat. Everything just jumps out of the glass at me, and everything's just a little bit more powerful. So when you take a sip, from this glass. You'll also notice like everything just is all that heady aroma from the wine is in the glass. This is probably a higher alcohol and higher acidity wine than you would traditionally use in a Burgundy glass. Again, it's meant for a lighter, more delicate wine with a more, I guess, subtle aroma. So I don't know if you guys have tried the 2018 other than you, Paul, but this cab has a luscious raspberry, a little bit of plum, just not crazy obsessive tannins. It's just doing really well for what it is and from when it was created. I'm really impressed by it. I think it's a beautiful Cab Franc. It is a little bit heavier and more full-bodied than our 2017 Cab Franc was, but it is doing fabulously, and I really enjoy it. Some people would describe it as having almost a bit of a pepperoni or gaminess to it, and I do definitely see that. What I do love about it is somebody's phoning me. We're gonna turn that off. Sorry guys. Justine, can you make sure the volume's off on my phone, please? Sorry about that. I totally forgot I had my phone on me. I thought I left it outside of the room. So yeah, raspberry, plum, a little bit of a gaminess. This is a very fruity wine, and I'd say the big, bold glass makes it taste fruitier. So we'll move to trying it in the Bordeaux glass, which I would consider traditional for a Cab Franc. This is probably where you want to be. So what this glass does is it still provides a similar, not quite as much, but a similar surface area to the Burgundy glass. It also does give you a farther amount of space between the wine and your nose, which allows some of the alcohol and acidity to I guess, be mitigated would be the word I'd use. It is definitely a glass that is designed for bolder, high alcohol wines, and to balance out some of their flavor characteristics. I agree with you, Paul. A bit smoky, but lots of fruits. I just thought of a really good joke. I'll tell Rolf that later. So this guy, immediately, same wine. Do we notice something different? If you guys are following along in different glasses, have you noticed something different? I almost smell more of the smoke on this when using it with the different glass. The Bordeaux glass is more smoke, almost a chocolatiness. The fruit is definitely less pronounced now that we changed glasses. So I think that's really cool. This can be used not just for Cab Franc, obviously I'm talking about Cab Franc, you can use for any wine. Meritage, Bordeaux style, big bold wines. Some of our Pinots actually would do well in this glass, but a lot of our Pinots, the fruitier ones, the lighter ones, tend to be better in the fatter glass. So as I said, like still the raspberry, still some plum, but a lot more of that smokiness, gaminess from the medium or the Bordeaux glass. So we move to the sparkling wine, or the champagne flute. Big thing, lots, really, really thin, low amount of, I guess, space for the wine. So less oxygenation, because that's one of the big things, is more oxygenation as you go through, which will change the flavor. So this is going to have less surface area for the wine in the glass, and it's going to channel all the aromas right out. So we'll notice that you can definitely smell it from farther back. What worries me about that is I think it's going to also, when I taste it, it's going to taste a lot more diluted. That's generally what a white wine glass will do for a red wine, is it won't channel aromas and flavors in the right way to keep them in the glass, it'll channel them directly out. What this glass does do, and let's move the other glasses out of the way so you can see it better, is it does prevent oxygen from hitting the surface area on things like sparkling wine, and allows bubbles to stay in the wine longer, and so you do maintain your sparkling wine and the freshness of it for longer. Tends also to work better for floral aromas, and that's just, you know, there's no science behind why this shape works better for floral versus fruity, but again, it's what people believe, and I tend to agree with them. So already, like, I do smell a lot of the more cinnamon, the oak right away, because all the fruit flavors kind of popped out of the glass immediately. And so I'm noticing that it's not, my wine glasses keep disappearing. Who is that? Is that you, Rolf? Oh gosh, well, okay. Apparently there's a joker in the room, and it's not me as usual. So I noticed that this isn't as balanced. It's not necessarily more diluted. I'm finding that drinking it out of the champagne glass, the acidity is pumped up, but I'm not tasting the fruit or the complexity. It's very interesting. I definitely haven't tasted red wine out of a champagne flute in quite a while. So that is the Cab Franc 2018, and that is the 3 different glasses. I definitely think, like, as we went through, I think that for the 2018, the Bordeaux glass is the best. I think as we go farther on, though, I think as the wines are older, and I will probably try the Burgundy glass with the 2014 for you guys. I truly think that as it gets older, it gets more oxygenated in the bottle, and becomes a more mature wine. It will work with the Burgundy glass as well, as wines tend to mellow out in flavor as they get older. Not always, but they tend to. I'm going to get rid of this champagne glass because I do not want to waste any more wine in that guy. It was not the most pleasant experience, which is why you probably should not use a champagne glass with red wine. It just does not frame the wine well. Yes, Megan, you don't have proper wine glasses. I need to buy you wine glasses. Megan's a friend of mine from town, and I bring her wine, and then sometimes I drink it out of a coffee mug, or, yeah, anyways, not to shade you too hard, Megan. So this is the 2018 Reserve. This is the one that we really wanted to highlight this week. So this is going to be being a Reserve. We oaked it more. We definitely were more interested in, oh, I spilled badly. We're more interested with this in having a more concentrated flavor, and I think that it's doing very, very well for itself. So I'm going to try both of the red wine glasses. I've decided to retire the champagne glass for the night. So just a quick comparison. I noticed this one has a lot less aroma coming out of the Pinot Noir glass. So that's fairly interesting to me. Sorry, I'm trying not to drink too much because I have to drive later. So we got a little bit more than I usually get on this, a little bit more of the tannin. I'm noticing it a lot more from this glass. That could just be me, it could just be when I open the bottle, but I do think it's definitely, some of the fruit flavor isn't quite as pronounced in this, and I think it's because it's a Reserve. It's meant not to be, our intention is for some of the more oaky flavors to show through. Well, on the Bordeaux glass, which again I think is the winner here, and it probably will be the winner for the night of which glass is meant to be with a Cab Franc. Is the Bordeaux glass just kind of frames the flavor better. I don't find as one flavor overpowers any other, whereas I noticed the tannins just kind of popped out at me when I was trying the Burgundy glass. Definitely, I know guys, this might be boring and I'm so sorry, but I really wanted to talk about it. I think it's kind of cool. And it's something people really need to think of is when at home is, you know, what glass are you going to pour your wine in? If you pour the wrong glass, use the wrong type of glass with your beautiful bottle of wine, you might ruin it more than having the wrong food. So it's really important to know that these things do matter. I wouldn't, you know, I've opened some really nice bottles of wine this year for myself, just out of my private cellar and for my family, and I was very thankful that I did have some very nice glasses that I did the research on and knew that they would work, because you know, these were important experiences and I wanted to make sure that they were the best experience they could be. So yeah, I definitely think with the Reserve and the Bordeaux glass, it really does show the balance of it. I am surprised, again, this is a 2018 Reserve, so in the framing of a Reserve wine, it's just over 2 years from when it was harvested. This wine has had time to oak, it's had time in the bottle. This wine probably has 10 more years in the bottle at least, in my opinion. Other people might disagree with me, but I think it has lots of time. And so it's so balanced already, and that being said, I think while it is balanced already, it does have time to grow and mature. The fact that it is so beautiful and fruity right now, with a little bit of the oak showing through, and a little bit of almost like a light coffee, which is not super common on a Cab Franc. You find more coffee notes from a blend from Bordeaux or from things like Pinot Noir or Carmenere. It does have like a light, almost espresso powderiness to it, and that's just floated my boat, guys. I really, in case you hadn't noticed, I really do like this Reserve. I think it's beautiful. If anybody is trying it right now, I thought I saw somebody was drinking it. Kim, please let me know what you think of that in different glasses. I do understand that maybe not all of you have all the fancy glasses around. Unlike my mother, who better have one of each glass in front of her because I raised her right. I do want to try this to 2014, as it'll have a little more age on it. I want to try how it is. So again, like the glasses are generally designed to funnel aroma. So it's all about aroma. It's all about the scent. As you know, 70% of our taste is actually our sense of smell. So again, I'm tasting less of the fruit on the water bowled glass and more of it on the slightly narrower glass. I'm finding that when I stick my nose in here, I get a crazy hit of almost cherry smoke, like, And then with the Bordeaux glass, I noticed that I definitely get more aroma farther out. So it's all about like trapping aroma in and such. So again, with this guy, I find some of the tannins and stuff are definitely showing out with it. But what's cool about that is it is getting a little bit older. Those things are supposed to have mellowed out. I'm noticing the fruit is fairly prominent in it. I have had this wine quite a few times, so I do know what I'm looking for. I'm noticing that this glass makes it taste younger. So that's very interesting. So on the Bordeaux glass on the left, there definitely tastes more like it is the age it is. You're getting more of the secondary characteristics of your cinnamon, your leather, your tobacco, things that come with it. Both of them have lots of, all three of our Cab Francs are very raspberry, and this is again very raspberry. Other red fruits and some plums, some currant, but raspberry is very big, prevalent in all three of these. I definitely think that the traditional Bordeaux red wine glass is the winner here. It just does what it's meant to do with a big bold wine, which Cab Franc is. It allows for balance, channels the aromas in the right direction. It's not forcing too much of the aroma in the glass. I just think overall it's my favorite of the three, and in general agreed is the best for this kind of experience. That being said, if we were drinking I don't know what I'm pouring for the glass that's slowly edging towards me. Okay. Yeah, anyways. So, yeah, I would say Bordeaux glass. Anybody else, other than my mother, trying it? I don't know what's good. Am I trying it in this now? Oh, okay. Any of them? Okay. Apparently I'm trying it in a water glass now. Well, that's interesting. Okay. So, straight open sides, doesn't trap the aroma at all. It just all goes out. If I had to guess, guys, I think this is gonna taste like vinegar just from this glass. It's gonna taste super acidic, and I can't smell any of the fruit. Wow. Wow. Okay, so super contrast. I did the same wine. Crazy contrast. So I have totally, as any 30-year-old has done, had wine at a party out of a red Solo cup, as and many people my age will have done. There's even a song about it called Red Solo Cup. And now I understand why wine goes down pretty easy when drinking out of it. A lot of the harsh edges, other than the fruitiness and acidity, are gone. Everything else, all the things that I prefer in this wine, the smoky notes and the tobacco and things, they're all gone. It's just juice, almost alcoholic juice, which is really interesting when you have a very complex, beautiful wine like this 2014 Cab Franc, and you put it in a glass like this, and it all vanishes. So you guys, Shelley drinks a wine out of this, or a red Solo cup. I can't quite tell which one you're talking about, but are we gonna throw me the coffee cup too to see how it goes? Okay, apparently have a coffee mug as well, and I'm getting into this. I think it's kind of fun. So, that being said, do you guys think that they're gonna be similar? The shape's pretty much the same, right? Yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be the same. Maybe I'll have to get a martini glass for you guys for next time, or a margarita glass. I'm gonna be honest, I raid Ralph and Helene's cupboard, so whatever glassware they have. Same. shot glass. I've done that too. Stein. I've also drank wine out of a Stein. Oh, I should totally do a Stein. What kind of Stein? I guess that would be a cool series, wouldn't it? Doing straw. Doing a bunch of different wines out of different beer glasses and seeing how they taste. Actually, I would love to talk about why beer tastes different way in certain glasses too. It's very similar. Now beer is different because all beer has some carbonation, so you're definitely going to be looking for glasses that show off carbonation a little bit more. Yeah, so sippy cup. I'm exhausted by this. This is gonna be hilarious. Jazine, do you have a sippy? Can you do a 5 second sippy cup? A paper coffee cup. Well, guys, if you want this, maybe one day I will make it a portion of another video, and I will grab all the different cups and just try one wine and show it off in like 13 different types of glassware. I think it'll be, well, interesting for me and maybe hilarious for you guys to watch me go like, yeah, so, so yeah, and moral of the story is, red Solo cups are great for wine. No, moral of the story is what I didn't tell you guys is the Bordeaux glass is also our tasting room glass. So when you're coming in a tasting room, this is the glass that we do pour for you in is definitely oriented towards red wine and shows it off. It will work because it is a little bit less pronounced than the Burgundy glass. It will work for white wines and does, but for red, it is definitely oriented for red wines, and we are, paying attention to that and understanding that, we want to highlight, for the red ones, we want to highlight them. We do, do definitely, I personally pour a little bit more white wine in the glass, just so it goes up a little bit higher and it behaves more like a white wine glass. But that's my personal decision to do, because I do find it allows the white wine to show better in the glass. So I personally, as a tasting room manager, like to pay attention to those things. Yeah, so that was today's session. It went a little bit quick. I think it was kind of fun though. It was nice to see you guys. Tune in again next week. Next week we're doing Meritage and chocolate. So remember, we will have another guest next week. This week was kind of just me goofing off, which hope you guys enjoy. But yeah, next week will be Meritage. So we're going to do Meritage 2018 Classic, or sorry, my order got mixed up. Classic, Reserve, and then we're going to do a 2014 Meritage Library wine. So we're going to try those with 3 different chocolates. We'll do like a traditional milk chocolate. I did like a higher end organic fair trade for those who bought the boxes. And then we'll do dark 70% dark chocolate. Again, I did an organic fair trade. And then I couldn't find the spicy chocolate in organic fair trade, so I did a Lindor Excellence or Lind Excellence chili. And I think it was, I think it's really cool, and you guys are maybe not going to be a little bit surprised by how the spicy chocolate goes with each wine. So I'm pretty excited about that. So if you guys want to follow along, please go out and get the 3 types of chocolate. Obviously, it doesn't have to be the ones I got, as long as you do dark, milk, and spicy. The spicy I got was dark. So please like and subscribe below, share to your friends, Facebook, YouTube, whatever you want to do, Instagram, snail mail. I don't know how you share me via snail mail, but good luck with that. And we'll see you next week. Thank you so much.